Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. Where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goals regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can't be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the Jews like taught you. It's on you, tell the truth.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kimberly with Unseen Twisted Truths, and we are the People's Podcast. And we have Gueringer.
Gueringer.
Gueringer? I apologize. Hey, listen, I've been telling everybody it's Gueringer, so if somebody comes up to you and say that, it's my fault.
I've been getting called that since elementary, so you fine.
That's a good thing because
say it one more time so the people won't fuck it up.
Oh, and Jovan, I forgot I got my Joe on here. It's Gueringer, right?
Yeah, it's Gueringer.
Gueringer.
Say, yeah, let niggas know that shit so that they don't fuck it up. Gueringer. I was talking to her earlier, and I was telling her, like, I don't know you in real life. The only reason I know of you is because of your work ethic. So your name obviously is already out here. Your reputation precedes you. So once again, anytime you in public and anytime you're on any forum, you like make sure they get that shit right.
So, it's funny because believe it or not, I went by my last name because everybody used to fuck up my last name. And when I was coming up, when I first started like putting my raps out there or my business, I remember Wiz Khalifa, and nobody could say his name right. Everybody call him like Wiz Khalifa, Kalaya, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And that's how people started knowing him because it was like the dude with the weird name. You know what I'm saying? So since my last name always got messed up, I just went by it because I knew people would mess it up. And they were like, man, that dude with the weird name, how you say it? Gueringer. But it's Gueringer, just like the gun. Derringer is Gueringer.
It makes perfect sense now that I hear it. Listen, they box my name all the time, and mine's Vertigan. They call me Vertical. They call me Virgin. They call me Vergan. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I tell them it's just like Michigan.
My brother didn't like his first name because people used to always mess it up. So I had to give him a nickname. So because he was scrap about that shit. Like he was a type, like I told you my name. I ain't write it down and how you read it. So how you fucking my name?
Yeah. Yeah, it's different when you're reading it. See, no one ever told me his name, so I just went off for reading it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a conversation piece, though. That's how a lot of stuff I be looking at conversation pieces. Like, all right, you don't know how to say my name. Even if I say it, I had people mess it up. Now, if you're trying to be sweet, that's different. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you just legit don't know how to say it, then we can just have a conversation about it. Then the conversation comes in like, where do it come from? You know what I mean? It's a French name. It comes from France.
You got somebody else trying to pop on with you?
Nobody specific. They probably I posted the link.
Oh yeah, no, that's the link to join the stream.
Yeah. And when you told me it, I had already posted the link already.
Okay. So I ain't gonna accept them.
No, you good.
So, anyways, I am honored to have you on here. I have been a huge fan, and I'm only saying for a few years. Like I don't know like of you. I just heard of you, and the only thing I heard was that you were moving. And I'm talking not like packing your bags and living somewhere else. I'm talking about doing your thing and owning your life. And that's what I took pride in. I took pride in the fact that you're this young man in Pontiac that didn't stay in Pontiac. You didn't let that define you, and you were bigger than Pontiac. You became worldwide.
That was the plan, you know, like that, and that's the whole meaning behind Tribe. Like my family, my mom's side is from Pontiac, my dad's side is from Louisiana. So, my mom's side is a big family. We got a big family. She come from 11. It was 11 of them, and they at least all had 2 or 3 kids. So all the cousins grew up together as brothers and sisters. Okay. So that's where like Pontiac is an Indian chief. So I ran with that, like a chief, a leader within the tribe. Everybody in Pontiac know everybody. Everybody like family, but my family was actually a big family. So that's and I was like, I want to take this everywhere. I want people to think when they think of Pontiac, Michigan, I don't want somebody to say, oh, you know, down the street from Detroit or where the Lions used to play at, or I want them to be like, oh, Chiefy tribe. And then when you look at Chiefy tribe, you look at this other person and this other person and that, like, that's the whole thing. So that's why I network with everybody. That's why I work with everybody, because I want to do as much as I can from what I can do.
And I was stalking you for a minute trying to get you on here. I've been trying to get you on here since I started it.
You have. And when I say you have, I'm not saying it in a bad way.
No.
And like, you've been persistent.
Yeah, because I'm a girl. I get what I want when sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not saying that people got to ask me a million times to do stuff. But it's
you're busy.
Yeah, and I seen how persistent you was. I was like, all right, I'm going to make time.
Yeah, it's only because you're busy. You're like really busy, and I can appreciate that, because I want more people to be busy, because I'm different. I'm not about this life, and I'm beyond this life, and I know about the Matrix, and I'm not stuck here. Mm-hmm. So I know that when we speak it and when we think it, our reality comes to existence. Mm-hmm. So I'm quite aware of that. But some people are trapped from the thought process that their mind owned them, and then they can't get out of that conditioned phase that they think that they're stuck here.
Yeah, it's several realms, and the minute I'm hip. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday, and I'm like, everything that I said, I wanted.
Yeah.
You know, so
you spoke it to existence because nothing held you back. Fear holds people back. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of change. They're afraid of what ifs. Fear is the biggest thing that holds everybody back and conditions people, because you believe in what people say to you, and you're just like, okay, I can't do this because I was told I can't. Mm-hmm. The only thing that told you can't is your mind, and the only person who owns your mind is you.
Exactly. You got full control over your thoughts.
For sure. You have free will. When they say free will, they don't mean that you are allowed to go buy a candy bar. Free will means you speak it comes to existence. Mm-hmm. People don't get that. They think that their choices are free will. No, your words are, your thoughts are. Mm-hmm. And so I appreciate you, though, because I love Pontiac. I'm not from Pontiac. Honestly, I'm from Port Huron, and then I moved up north in the sticks. And now I'm in the Detroit, Sterling Heights area. But I love Pontiac. Pontiac is my only place that I feel safe. Mm-hmm. And there's so many beautiful people in Pontiac. And when I heard of Gueringer 13th, I was like, okay, who is this? And then I searched it, and I told so many people about your name. Mm-hmm. I told so many people about you, and just because you're doing your thing, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Another thing I wanted to say too, like when we talk about, thank you for that again, and I don't want to just hover over it because you said some powerful words. So it's a true thank you. But another thing that people don't realize is not that we just think our thoughts and we speak our thoughts. When you move with pure intention,
yes,
people wonder, like, why me? Well, if you're moving with pure intention, it's not why you, it's happening for you, right? Yes. So it attracts negativity.
Yeah,
you know, and people get worried or get scared. Man, I've done had so much negativity attract to me because of the position I stand on. Like, I stand on my true intention. Like, strip me away from the clothes, the brand, and everything. My pure intention is to do good. My pure intention is to do right. But I know what's gonna come with that, and that's gonna come negativity. That's gonna come the opposition, and that's why I was telling somebody one day. I said, I'm like, if you ride around Chicago, they ops is the dude across the street. If you ride around Pontiac, you ride around the hood, the ops is across town. But
Yeah.
it's really your opposition is really either positive if you negative or negative if you positive. That's all it is. And everything else is a mirage. You feel me? So I ain't mean to get deep, but just because we was talking about like just our thoughts and our words, I want to make sure people know like the deeper you go into being positive, the more you're gonna attract negativity. You're gonna attract more positive, but that negativity is gonna try to take you out the game.
For sure it
You
does.
know?
For sure it does.
Yeah.
We're tested every day, and when they say that it's balanced though, so we have to have the good with the evil. We have to. So if not, we wouldn't flow right. So when they say that every single day, see, because I believe that I'm a vessel of love from the Most High with pure and genuine intentions, and I speak on that every single day. And when people ask me how I am, I always say I'm blessed and highly favored, and because I speak that to existence. I say that because that's how I feel, and that's what happens to me. I don't follow the normal rules. I don't do things I'm supposed to. I just make things happen because I just speak it and it happens. Jovan's a good testament of that. I've known him for a few years now, and that's how it's supposed to be. But those that have that subconscious doubt will constantly batten themselves, and everybody's going to test you. And the only thing you can control is yourself.
Exactly.
And I want to talk about something that, and just get it over with and done, just because it's got to get talked about. But I don't know. I don't want to talk bad on certain people, but to see you. Oh, I apologize. I don't know why my screen went dead. See, that happens. But to see you work with certain people, it's odd for me because of how I hold you into a different standard and a different light. But what happened with Kid L?
So first, before I say anything, I rock with Kid L.
Okay.
Right. So like if you ever look at any comment, I'm like, I love the dude. I rock with him. He's real big. I didn't realize how much of a troll he was. So like we gifted him with the shoes, and he's like intentionally, maybe he not, maybe that's just swag, but like he's intentionally wearing bad outfits with the shoes, and I'm like, bro, I'm trying to push this brand. I'm trying to sell the shoes. So it's not really like, and he went to the blogs with it. So I was like, hey, I can't really promote you wearing the shoes no more. But I mean, like they yours. You can wear them. You can do whatever you want with them. But I just can't promote you. And he like, all right. And then he went to the blogs with it. So that's really the outcome of the whole thing. It ain't like no bad blood, but he went to the blogs with it, and then the comments is going crazy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing I want to say on it, because I don't know the man personally, every time I see something of him, though, he's so negative with what he says, and he brings positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. He's like a yo-yo in his thoughts constantly. So I can't tell you if he's a good person because I don't personally know him. But I'm telling you what I see from him. He's so wishy-washy and sometime-ish. I don't know what to believe what he says.
Yeah, I think the negativity is more so trolling.
Okay.
And I think he really got a good grasp on the internet.
Okay.
And like understands what people will bite and don't. So I'm like, bro, I can't do this. And that was a behind the scene conversation. And then he went public with it. So I'm not mad at it. It's just, I guess he's like using the negative for him and turning it into a positive.
And that's the same thing he was doing with the podcast thing. 1 minute he's going to do the podcast, next minute he's not, just so he can get people to look at him because he feels that gets attention.
Yeah.
I don't put that out there for attention. What I put out there for attention is watering. I'm watering everybody. I bring people up. I uplift people for attention. I don't feed the negative. And that's what he does just so he can get the likes and the attention. So I do see it as trolling. So he's probably a beautiful person, just like he's just using what the game for what it's for.
What it is. It's not. I'm not really big on like. I have a great sense of humor. I love comedy, so I laugh at things and I find things funny, but I'm not really big on trolling.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I know we're real people, and I come from a real place, and I deal with real human beings. And when I say real human beings, like the people I come up under, they don't even you say you trolling them, they don't even understand. They can't even grasp.
I don't even know what trolling is.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's why, like, I get it from the internet and the younger kids and all that, but like me and the people I grew up with and the people I came up under, I'm like, I can't even troll. Like, I'll make a joke or I'll laugh at some stuff, but I can't troll people.
So
See, that's the
Jovan,
thing right there. Huh?
Jovan, what's trolling? Is trolling just like the thing that Feature Lee and Mature the Servant were doing for publicity?
I don't know if that was publicity for whatever reason. I thought that they were literally they had a problem, but that's the thing with social media is that we're not in any of these situations. I
Mm-hmm.
told you off record,
100%.
I told you off camera, like I'm tapped out. Like I don't be in this shit. Niggas telling me about stuff that's happening on the news, stuff
But is
that's
that the
happening.
definition of trolling? What they were doing?
Nah, hold up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I'll be tapped out, so I really don't know. I'm not speaking on nothing that I don't know
Well,
about.
I don't know
Cause
what trolling
what
is.
happens, what happens is, if you let me finish, trolling is like when somebody knows has a good grasp over what is going to make people react on the internet, and
Okay.
they do that for
Okay.
that attention, no
Okay.
matter if it's good or bad.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's what they were doing. From what it seemed like on Facebook, it seemed like they had a problem because at first I was like, this can't be serious. I thought they were bullshitting. But then it was something. So like when I saw it was something, because I don't really know Mature like that. I recently just heard a song in the because I play everybody no matter. I don't got no beef with nobody. So if somebody beefing, I really don't know about this shit.
Right.
I
Right.
play artists from Michigan. So if I play a nigga that is beefing with somebody from the south side of Pontiac and he's from the east side, like I'm totally oblivious. I ain't trying to start shit. I'm not playing both sides. None of that shit. I'm not tapped in, so I don't fucking know.
Okay.
And to answer what Gueringer was saying, you can troll, you just choose not to. It's a
Yeah.
waste of time. Like anybody could troll. Like if you don't like LeBron, you could keep posting MJ stats and getting people to respond to that shit. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it don't matter how or where or why you do it for, but it's easy to garner attention on social media because as long as you saying something polarizing or something that you can guarantee somebody is not going to like when they see it and gonna say something about it,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Yeah. See, because I didn't know.
People
Because
didn't get it. People didn't get it when Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian put out their
Mm-hmm.
sex tapes. It really took Cardi B, Kanye, and 6ix9ine for people to, and they still don't get it. They still, the first thing you see on the internet, you got an opinion about it, and you willing to share that shit. You don't even think through like the last time you fell for something that wasn't what the fuck it was. It was just some shit that got passed around on the internet real fast.
Mm-hmm. Ray J is funny because Ray J, I think, end of last year, beginning of this year, some shit happened where it was like that all that shit was backfiring on him. So he like, look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with the charades. I'm uploading the contract so y'all don't ruin my name. He like, all right, it was fun and games for the last 10 years. But he like, y'all ruining my name now. So I gotta up so like they've had a contract this whole time. So that's trolling, right? So like we both so yeah, to answer your question, yes, what Lee and Mature was doing, if they both agree, let's do this to get the people talking about our music. So
Oh yeah, that's not real
yeah,
beef. If they both beforehand said, "Oh yeah, let's start a beef," to get both of our albums listened to, that's definitely like that's a tactic. Like
yeah,
that
that's
I
true.
first off, I ain't gonna diss you if I really don't like you. I would rather us fight in real fucking life than me make I'm not making no song about somebody I don't like. Flat. I'm not gonna put your name in the song. If I don't like you, it's really like if I don't have to see you, I don't want to see you. And if I do see you, it's not gonna be cool. So why the fuck I'm gonna make a song about you? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if people don't know how much I don't like you or don't. That's my way of people knowing I don't fuck with you by never bringing you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't have like.
I
There's
just
certain
told her
things that.
that on a negative energy. I just told her that on the negative energy shit. We all trying to build brands out here. Why would I want to bring any negative attention to my
Yeah.
brand?
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain things that I just don't get. I mean, I'm quite aware and I'm hip and I'm very intelligent, but some things I just can't wrap my head around why people do what they do. So, but I get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I get it. I get it. I see it.
I
But I
get
mean,
to a point to where I don't try to make sense out of shit that don't make sense to me. If it don't make sense, I just leave it at that. I'm not
that's
about to
fine. That's
overthink
how I feel.
illogical shit. If
And
it don't make sense, it's not supposed to make sense to me.
exactly. And another thing too, like again, I go back to like us. We live in several different worlds, right? Like
Yeah.
you got athletes in one world, you got artists in one world, you got 9 to 5. Like everybody's in different worlds where somebody might go to work every day, but they're watching an athlete. So they may like they may get the world of that athlete, but nobody knows what's happening when LeBron and them go behind, walk off the courts and
Yeah.
what ref is getting paid off or not paid off, what GM is paying. You know what I mean? Like we just can never grasp it. So it like like Joe said, just kind of either embrace it and enjoy it, or if you don't understand it, not you, but just in general, like
In general, yeah.
if we don't understand it, then just let it be. Be like, look, I ain't even about to invest my time into it.
So when did you start
Right.
music?
Oh man, that's all right. So I started writing in 5th grade.
Okay.
So in 5th grade, I used to write poems. My dad was a poet, so he
Okay.
used to write poems all the time. So I always wrote poetry as a kid. Me and my best friend, we both liked the same girl in 5th grade. This what made me a rapper. I wrote a poem and he wrote a rap
Okay.
and he got the girl. I was like, I'm writing raps from here on out. So I never wrote a poem again. I mean, I did write poetry after that, but I wrote raps from there on out. Me and him, we like in 5th grade, we knew we wanted to have like a record label. We knew we wanted to have a clothing line. We used to like we used to write out everything like this person's directing this video. We gonna have back then it was not Benny Boom, but who what's the guy that used to have all the videos? Like it would be 3 rows. He go by Director X now. I can't think of his
You
name.
talking about Hype Williams?
Hype Williams. I don't know why I couldn't think of him, but we used to be like Hype Williams go direct this video. Benny Boom go direct this video. This person go direct this video. This producer is gonna produce this song, and we would just write. We would write out songs to no beats, just writing songs. But we had this whole thing planned out. Like this is what we gonna do when we get on. This is our. We would draw sneakers, draw clothes, write out video treatments, all in the 5th grade. And when we got to like around the 8th grade, 9th grade, he had a computer and we started just recording. So I don't know if anybody know Chills. If you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
Chills gave us our first beat, like our first original beat. We was writing the other,
Shout out Chills,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah. Chills gave us our first beat. That's my cousin. Like, I got an older cousin. Me and him like brothers, and now
Uh,
Chills was his like they was close friends.
yeah.
So when I knew Chills through my cousin, Chills gave us a beat and he was like, I'm just rocking with y'all some young dudes, y'all in high school. He was like, I want to make sure, y'all get the right representation. So we rocked with him. And then I moved down to Texas. I moved down to Texas my 11th grade year, got in the studio, started recording my own music. And I followed the mode. Again, I'm 17 by this time. I followed the mode of like a Wiz Khalifa, Currency, Dime Kennedy. So when you hear my music, you hear them because I was watching them every single day on the internet, like
Yeah.
right before they blew up. And I'm like, all right, I gotta go to the studio. I gotta have a dope video. So that's really what it was.
And when I first started paying attention to you was about 2 years ago now, and I just seen this young man. I think you were in Vegas or something at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I just seen this young man doing this video in front of all these people, and you had so much confidence and so much just control about yourself that I was just like, who is this person? So then I started doing some research and stuff, and that's when I found out who you were and stuff. Because someone said, I said, who's big? Who's big in Pontiac? That doesn't let Pontiac define them. So many people come up with your name, man.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't never know that.
So many people come up with your name. They said, you want to talk about someone who doesn't let Pontiac define them, go look him up.
That's crazy. I
And
wouldn't.
that's when I started hunting you down to get you on here.
And I don't even. The crazy part is my cousin that I referenced earlier. That's cool with chills. Uh,
Yeah.
he always have to remind me. He be like, bro, people view you bigger than what you view yourself.
Yeah, you're humble.
And it could be humble, but I just don't like. I get it. I know I align myself with celebrities, and I align my clothing, my music. I do all this stuff. I do the mortgage industry stuff, but it's like it's so much more. To me, it's so much more, right? Like I think of the most influential, most famous person, most known person, and I'd be like, it's so. I still got so much further to go. So when people try to be like, oh, you popping or you doing X Y Z and you a local celebrity. I'm like, man, I'm not. I'm just a human. And I don't. But I guess because I don't look at celebrities like that either.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
See me.
And on top of that, I'm just not coming back in, but just off of what the tail end of what you just said, you don't know your reach. And I try to tell all artists this. I think now hearing you say that, I'm pretty sure that even the most popping artists be like, do people really listen to what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I like I said, this is no gas. The only reason I know about you, first off, I Googled top 50 rappers in Pontiac.
Mm-hmm.
A list came up. I don't know if dude was from New York or Detroit, but he wasn't from the Yak. So he had to tap in and find out who actually doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get with somebody that was biased because it was old rappers, it was new rappers, it was rappers that's got good visuals, it's rappers that got good shows, it's rappers that do their own beat, rappers that don't even pay for production. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the most popping niggas, regardless of who you like or not. You was on there. Ever since I seen this list, this was 2021. Ever since I seen this list, now some of these people ain't popping no more.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen, that like whatever, but that don't mean that just because they ain't on some list right now, don't mean that they ain't got shit or coming with shit or like they ain't about to top some list in the future. So
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to chime in and say something to what you're saying. Kendrick Lamar used to open up for J Rock.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just for perspective, like just to chime in on what you're saying.
That's
Kendrick is
crazy.
one of the best rappers known to society right now.
My
Like you can
favorite.
like him, dislike him, but the
My
stats
favorite.
show that, and he used to open up for J Rock, man.
That's crazy.
So that's
yeah,
to go back to what you're saying. Like, yeah, they may not be popping today, but you never know what the future holds.
That's
right.
crazy too.
Like Michael Jordan brother was better than him than basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of them coincidences in life. It's a lot of them. Countess Vaughn she was on Moesha as Brandy's best friend. She beat Brandy in at Star Search,
Mm-hmm.
but ended up playing second fiddle to her on a TV show. So it happened like that. And what I try not to do, because I love music first and foremost. So no matter the fact that I actually do this and fuck with it and think I'm dope, I know a bunch of dope ass rappers from Michigan. I know I came up off of dope lyricists from different genres of music. So I'll be paying. I pay attention to what people say, and I'll be amazed, like the fact that, like, not that. Oh damn! I don't know why I ain't say that first type shit. I'll just be like, dog, this nigga dumb as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He on some other shit. Cause fuck, I wouldn't have tried it. I still won't try to adapt to your style. If you I looked at one of my lyricists that I really one of my inspirations was Busta Rhymes, and it was strictly for the fact that he could take something so different and make a bounce out of that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So just hearing a rapper that no matter what beat you give them, he gonna do something with it. That got me listening to a whole bunch of different rappers. If you go out of your way to be different and still end up being dope, you
Mm,
crazy in my book.
See,
that,
my intro, Jovan did the beat for that.
mm,
So
okay.
Joe did the beat for that one. So my favorite Pontiac artist is Max the Realist. And I love Max because
I love Max, man.
I love Max because how real Max is and how humble Max is, and Max don't realize how great he really is. His words just come out
Shout out.
so beautifully, no matter what he
Ma-
said.
You know what Max is? Max is Max exterior is what everybody's interior is.
Yeah,
Like we get on here, like people who know me personally know, like they know my flaws and all, right?
yeah.
But if I go online, mind you, to me, online is a commercial. It's
Okay,
marketing. It's a
I feel
tool,
that.
right? So I'm not about to put my whole existence on. And I'm not saying Max does this, but Max goes on there. And I seen him post something the other day. He was like, I used to do whole shit back in the day. I've matured from that. And I'm like, I don't know too many people that are, because
We'll
we all
say
got
that.
this like the shell around us, and some have more layers than others. But like he just went up there and said it. I was like, dang. I was like, I wouldn't have said that, but that's real. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I got fuck with it.
And I think that's a benefit. I don't know how you feel about horoscopes, but I think that's a benefit of him being an Aries. He really don't give a fuck. Like
Mm,
I think everybody on the inside gives a fuck about how they perceive. But at
mm,
the end of the day, after you live life so long and after you've been outstanding all your life, it's like, why should I ever hide who I really am? I'm gonna show where I fuck up, and hopefully somebody won't fuck up like me, or somebody will feel human enough to show that they not perfect and
mm-hmm,
be their real self in front of people. Because you
mm-hmm,
not, that's the thing. You'll use I'm not perfect when you won't fuck shit. But you won't just live your life imperfectly and be fine
mm-hmm.
with it.
I think I'm perfect, flaws and all. And
I
I don't
know
care what anybody
I
says.
know what I said. I know I'm not perfect and I'm fine with that.
And that's the
It took
beauty
me
in
a
stuff.
long it took me a long time trying to be real good at everything I like to do, to just be fine with the fact that I know, just by the fact that I'm attempting to do this, and like he said, when you coming at it from a pure nature, when
Yep,
you coming at it with from good intent,
yep, yep,
I don't care. At that point, I don't care if you good or not. Like
yep,
I fuck with you because
yep,
you're not being dishonest. You're not
yep,
trying to misconstrue shit. You're not trying to mislead people. You're not trying to deceive. You're not trying to connive. And there ain't nothing better than that. I don't think nobody can ask for anything greater than honesty.
No, for real.
you know my other favorite person is
Oh,
Jesse Holmes. I love Jesse Holmes. Jesse Holmes can speak some stuff. He makes food look sexy just by how he talks about it, not just how he
where's
cooks
Jesse
it.
Holmes?
Jesse Holmes is a chef from Pontiac,
Okay.
and he also writes poetry and stuff. I love those that start off with poetry.
I think it's the key. It's the poetry is a like I grew up with my dad's real into literature.
Okay.
I'm fine. Like if he heard me talk, he'd probably pop me in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he's like one of those. You don't say this, and you don't say that, and you say it like this. And he's real big on philosophy. He's real big on like great writers and stuff. So I grew up on that. Like I grew up on the just all the great writers. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think it comes from with poetry. It's the word. And I forget where I heard somebody say it, but they was quoting the Bible, and it was like the first thing in the Bible is the word.
Yeah.
So like I think that's why people love it, and that's why people connect to it, and that's why people cling to it. Is because poetry is just raw emotion.
Yeah, I love it for that reason.
And that's the thing. You said you stopped writing poetry or whatever. It's like you never did because you rap, and rap is rhythm
Poetry.
and poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythm and poetry. Rap.
Yeah. And I like that. So I like the fact that people use their words and they don't let it define them. And that makes a huge difference, because some people stick to what they know and they talk about the stuff that keeps you grounded, that keeps you with a lower vibration, and they're afraid of anything, because Joe and I talked about this earlier. They're afraid about what it will sell and what won't sell, and they know what sells. Sex sells, drugs sells, this sells, that sells. So they won't speak on those things that don't sell. And then you got those that just say fuck it and they don't care, and they're being true to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the real shit. Like, I love Wiz Khalifa now. I didn't fuck with Wiz Khalifa when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know much about him until I found out he became a humanitarian. So I love now who he is, because he kept going to become better.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, man, we live in a society. I remember growing up. I know I done said three things, but it's all tied together. I remember growing up and seeing people have flaws, and then as they get older, change and become better humans. Like, we live in a society now where you got 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds like messing up, and we just shutting them down.
Yeah.
It's like we shut them down. Like, what if that person would have been like, if they had the opportunity to be the greatest human being at 33, 40, 50?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the people who changed the world didn't change the world till they was in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't start off young doing it. You know what I mean? So I think we got to have a little more grace when it comes to people. It's all a learning curve. This life thing is really a learning curve. It's not you born and you perfect and you got it. It's like we all trying to learn, we all trying to get better, and we all just got to work together to help each other get better.
I want to say congratulations on your baby. She's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
She's beautiful. And nothing, Joe can agree to this, nothing better than having a daughter.
Man, I never thought I wanted a daughter until I had a daughter. I wasn't against the idea, but if somebody's like, "Which one, a boy or a girl?" I was like, "Oh, a boy." You know, we play and I teach him how to be a man. But daughter, having a daughter, I'm not just trying to teach her how to grow up in this world. She's teaching me how to grow up in this world.
Yeah.
She's teaching me, like, when I feed her, when I rock her to sleep, when I change her, it's showing me, like, and I'm I pay attention to people and I care about people, but it's teaching me how to be softer with people.
Yeah.
And just through her, just through the day-to-day experiences, I'm like, man, I didn't expect all this.
I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl through and through. And if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be who I am today. My dad made a huge difference in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what daughters do to fathers. It is really, really crazy. Like a little bit on how you said, I was like, I wasn't so much I'd rather have a son. I just said, if I have a daughter, I'm getting a shotgun with her name on it, and every nigga she I'm gonna see that bitch and blah 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 and all that shit. And when I actually had my daughter, I was just like, I'm gonna give her the game. That's it. No, I'm saying, like, everybody try to lock their girl from the world and be like, no, it's a bunch of nasty boys out here. I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, it's a lot of guys out here that's out here for one thing. It's a lot of guys that'll treat you nicer if you let them.
Mm-hmm. And in all reality, I be telling people, girls run the world, man, and not just on a let's remove from our daughters and let's talk about, like, as adults, our peers, right? Women run the world, and not just on a sexual level. Women run the world on the way. So people say it's a man's world, right? But if it's a man's world, we're all trying to impress women, even if we not. Even if we not, like, you may think like, oh, I bought this outfit for myself, and you may have done it, but you get clean for women. Now you might have bought that outfit for yourself, but you getting fresh for a woman. You may have got the car you wanted, but you got a nice car for a woman. You may have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff revolves back to women, and women really control the world. That's why I I was having a conversation with a lady friend, and she and it's not even, it's a coworker. You know what I mean? And she goes, "I'll be submissive when I meet a man who can make me that way." And I told her, I said, "Well, what if I said, just throwing this out there, what if I said I'll lead and be dominant when I meet a woman who makes me feel that way?"
That's terrible.
And she said, "That sounds crazy." I said, "I know." I said, "It sounds," but women can say it. You have it.
Yeah,
You can say it. You can say it all day. Men don't sound right saying it, but it's the same thing.
it is the
So
same
What
thing.
did I say? I said this earlier. Men cannot be out here expecting girl perks and still say they're men.
hmm exactly.
A girl can say that and get away with it.
Even though
You
it's the
know
same thing.
why? Because if a man was a real man, a girl would follow.
So this
That
is the
is
second.
reality. You can't say if I was a if I met a real woman, maybe I act like a king. Like, you giving
Exactly.
her false information. She looking for somebody to protect and provide for her. If you trying to put on this tit for tat shit, you already losing as a man. A
You
girl want to do something for somebody that shows that they're gonna do. It took me a long time because I believe in a lot of Kevin Samuel's logic. The only thing where he really, really fucked up, this was the biggest hole in his shit, is when he put on that high value bullshit. Because it's like, dog, as long as a man bases his worth off of what he can acquire and what he can provide, he'll always feel empty inside.
hmm so this is the
He's gonna know at the end of the day, if I can't provide anything or I can't keep up with what the next person can provide, I'm gonna lose her. You gonna feel that all day, and that's what have dudes on some, oh, why she looking at that dude, or all this overprotective and jealous shit. Like, if you a real solid dude, you ain't worried about where she looking at, because she know what the fuck she giving up not fucking with a real dude.
exactly. So this is the second part I want
So
to get to you though, or just say to that whole thing. So a man should come to the table as a man, with or without that woman
yes,
at the table. And I
yeah,
don't even want to talk about the table thing, but he should be that man with or without a woman present. So it ties back
right.
into like a woman, if and she said, she's like, "Well, I would be submissive if he was a true man." I said, "No, you're either submissive without him
Yeah.
or not. Like, the way you are is who you are, and maybe he may make you, he may show you how to be submissive for a short period of time. But if
Uh-huh.
that's not you, you won't be that.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna
Okay.
clash. Y'all gonna. So
You
that's why I say people got to spend time with they. People forget, like, we sit here, we do black, white, Hispanic, man versus woman, um, but we forget we all humans. Like, you don't
Yeah.
see any dogs out here saying, "Oh, you a Chihuahua and I'm a pit bull." They look at each other like we're just all dogs. You know what I mean? So when it come back to being humans, we got to remember we're all humans, and we all have, like, men are sensitive. You got the toughest guys out in the world. They go slaughter the world. They still have a side to themselves, like, that they got to sleep with at night and they can't talk to people about. So, and you got women out there who may be the toughest women you could ever think of, but they still want to be a woman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it comes down to just being humans. And once we start treating each other the way, like, really treating each other like humans, a man can be a man, and a woman can be a woman, and we can all coexist. But until then, we
I
can't do
love
it.
that. I
We
love that
can't.
you
you
say
said
that because that's what the problem of society is. People are gender rolling and whatnot, and they think that, oh, this is how it has to be because of our gender. When it shouldn't be that way. It should be because who you are. Everybody should love themselves and want respect for themselves, and should be able to be true to themselves regardless of their sex.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a sex thing. It shouldn't be a gender role. It shouldn't be. And I'm not talking about that stupid ass shit about the transgender shit. That ain't even what I'm speaking on. I'm just speaking on people for people. People should be true to themselves regardless of what their sex is.
Mm-hmm.
If you
what
you
I'm
can't expect somebody else to get your happiness. You got to find your happiness
Mm-hmm.
in than you.
that part. And
Exactly.
it was what he was touching on and reminded me of this Shakespeare play, Taming of the Shrew. And basically it got redone into a teenage 90s teen movie, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Mm.
Um basically the younger sister got a boyfriend, but she couldn't go out until the older sister got a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And the older sister was like a raging. She is a bitch. She didn't take no shit at least. So anytime the guys would want to take her out on a date, she would send them off so the younger girl couldn't date. Well, the younger girl got the guy got hooked her up with this guy, and he's spending time with her, and he trying to basically soften her up. Like, you don't gotta be on guard all day. You don't gotta act like everybody's out to get you, and you can be a lady without being weak and stupid. And she found that he is somebody that she can trust. At the end of the play, the all the kings of the land get together and they make a bet because all the women were in another room together and all the men are together. They was like, I'm a bet. We're gonna place a bet and see if we call our women who will be the first to come. The first one to come was the raging bitch, and she said she didn't come out of submission. She came because the person she cared about the most called her name,
Oh,
and that's what she wanted to do is tend to who the fuck called her name.
I feel that.
All these other women that their men, they had already proven that they had got with their man for what they could provide. This man proved to her that he would be there for her no matter what. A woman will back a man. A little boy is always gonna have a problem with a woman.
Mhm.
Mind you, there are little girls, there are bitches, there are hoes, there are sluts, but
Damn.
there are queens, ladies. It's levels to this shit.
I ain't taking no offense to none of it because I ain't putting myself in none of that category. I'm just saying, damn.
No,
Keep
I'm
it
just
real.
saying. I'm saying you are what you exude what you are. You
Yeah,
don't.
I'm not putting
A
myself
pimp,
in none
a
of that.
pimp don't. A pimp don't have to say he a pimp. You see him
Yeah,
getting money from hoes.
yeah, I get it.
A
I get it.
gangster hot than a motherfucker. He ain't out here rapping about it. He too hot to be somewhere posted at a studio snitching on himself.
Yeah,
So I'm not like I'm like that. A real woman, she don't gotta say I'm a real woman. Dudes look
yeah,
at her
no.
like, damn.
I used to say all the time. I used to say, I'm a butterfly. I'm a butterfly. I'm a butterfly. Someone said to me one time, "You gotta stop saying that." I said, "Why?" They said, "Because you know what says they're a butterfly." I said, "What?" They said, "A caterpillar." I said, "Oh, snap." That was the realest thing I ever heard.
Damn.
That hit so hard for me. That made me realize,
That
stop
is
it. If
dope
if
as
you are what
fuck.
you are, you don't have to let people know what you are. They will know what you
And
are by
not
what
only
you
that,
are.
you might be a butterfly, but you not that yet. You are you this is what you calling yourself what you aspire to be, not what you really are.
Yeah, and I'm not
Mhm.
At
even speaking that no more at all because at the end of the day, I believe that I don't have to tell people what I am. What I am represents who I am.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was telling you earlier. I'm not about to say who I am or what I like to do music, but that's not all of what I do. So whatever you see me doing the first time you met me, you're like, okay, you're gonna probably see me smoking all the time. So like you can call me that all the fucking time. But um As far as rapping, making music, that's something I do. That's something I like to do a lot. So if
Mhm.
I do it for a profession, that's one thing, but that's not all of who I am.
And saying that too, that's what ties me back into.
So where's from?
Say that again.
So you finish your sentence, and I'll ask in a minute.
Okay, so that's why I get back into like people would ask me like, "Who are you? What you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I rap." And then they'd be like, "Who are you? What you do?" "Oh, I rap. I design clothes." "Oh, who are you?" Like as I'm growing throughout life. "Oh, what you do?" "Oh, I rap. I design clothes. I manage an artist. I'm in the mortgage industry and da 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 da." And I'm like, "Man, who are you? What you do?" "I'm Julian Gueringer. That's who I am. What I
Yeah.
do is I live and
Yeah.
I chase my dreams. I accomplish things because I'm not about to put rap. What if I quit rap? Now I don't have an identity. No, I
Yeah.
still got an identity. I'm Julian Gueringer. So that's why I
You
like
just reminded me of two things saying that. One, you reminded me of anger management. I keep telling people this. Jack Nicholson's character as Adam Sandler character. Who are you? And he told him I'm Dave Button. I work in accounting. He's like, I didn't ask you what your profession is. I asked who you are. And
mm-hmm,
it's like I'm a nice guy. Like those are personality traits. No, I asked who are you, and he asked somebody. He's like, I don't know, Lou. What did you tell him? And then he was like, you want me to tell him who you are? He was like, why?
exactly.
I'm just asking who you are. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. He got mad because he been so long trying to be with somebody nicer, trying to hide who he really
Yeah.
is, that he
Mm-hmm,
know what the fuck to say about himself. The
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
other thing that you reminded me of is the Doors. They asked all the Doors who they are. They said what their name is and what part of the band they played in. When they got to Jim Morrison, they asked him who he is or what does he do. He said, "I'm Jim."
That's it. That's it. I've been doing this
And
for
that's the difference.
31 years.
That's all I know what to tell you I am.
Yeah.
That's the name I was born with. That's what I've been doing all my life is being
Yeah.
me.
And I
Yeah.
like that. Where'd 13 come from? 13th.
So I used to go by JG, my
Okay.
initials. So I used JG as a rap name. And when I started doing the merch, I wanted the merch to be like cool rap merch, but I wanted to make it like a clothing design as well. So when people would ask me who designs my clothes, I would say Gueringer the 13th because it sounded like a designer.
Yes.
So that's really how it started. And then 2013 I changed my name from JG to Gueringer 13th because I found out like I'm not deep in numerology, but I found out like the number 13 is a number of elevation. Then it
Yes.
equals 4, and it's like I just kind of somebody kind of put me up on game, so I'm like, all right, I'm rocking with it, and I just kind of roll with it from there.
I like 13 is a solid number. I mean, that's how many months we're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's 31 backwards, which is a number that can get for many different things. It's a powerful number. I like 13. Honestly, we looking more into it. That's a good number for you. That's a good spiritual number for you.
Thank you, thank you.
That
Yeah, when I finally figured it out, like my mom's ex-boyfriend put me up on it because he learned about it, and he was locked up for a long time, so he
oh yeah,
just when he got out, he just put me up on all this game, and I'm like, man, I didn't know you was this smart. He was like, man, I ain't had nothing to do but read.
I
So
love that.
yeah, so he's like a guy that I never knew. He
Hmm.
got out, she met him, they dated for some years, and he put me up on some game, and then I just kind of ran with it. But it's just like that's another thing too. Like I used to be super stubborn. I used to be I used to always have like my opinions, my own views, but I never turned down information. Like so when I hear people talk, I knew because I was so stubborn. I was like, I gotta at least listen to people. Because if I don't listen to people, then I'm gonna miss out everything because I'm already stubborn. So I've grown out of my stubbornness. I think I'm still a little bit, but I've grown out of it, and I've just from listening, I've kind of grown. So just keeping that open ear really has taken me in better directions. I ain't gonna say the right direction, but better direction.
Gang, gang,
What
good.
sign are you? What sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
That's why. Okay, there ain't nothing wrong with you. There ain't nothing wrong with you. That's why you got similar traits to the Aries, though. There ain't nothing wrong with you.
The-
Yeah,
My,
so
I'm surrounded by like, and the fucked up thing is, I get it. Like a lot of people looked at Scorpios as fucked up, and it's because they did something, and Scorpios know how to exact. It's not even revenge. Like everybody got a backup button, and when Scorpios press theirs, people think like that's overkill or they doing too much. It's
mhm.
like, nah, you had it coming.
Well,
Yeah,
the Scorpio, they will not sting you unless you give them a reason to. Because at
That's
the
what
end
I'm
of the day,
saying.
yeah,
That's all
yeah,
I'm trying to say.
yeah.
yeah,
Everybody's scared of that stinger, but it only come down on shit that deserves it.
And it only does it when it's provoked or it feels like it has to defend
That's
itself.
what the fuck I'm saying. Deserve
Yes,
it. Now
yes.
I'm not advocate. I don't never advocate violence, but in the animal kingdom, in the natural sense of the world,
Oh, regular
you
Scorpio.
get what the fuck you deserve.
Shut up.
and that's the funny thing too about being a Scorpio. Like, I think I I've been called weird before, right? Like, oh, you acting weird, da da da. But I'm I notice Scorpios just do a lot of things harder than everybody else. So like, if I'm private, people look at that as me being secretive and weird. And I'm like, no, I'm just private. Like, I don't talk about a lot of personal stuff. I don't show my parents. I don't show my kid. I don't show a lot of personal things in my life. And because I know how to promote what I'm promoting so heavy, people think like, oh, I know everything about you. I'm like, you don't even know half about me. Like, if you did, you'd be like, oh, this, like, people think I'm a mean asshole. And then I had somebody walk up to me the other day, and it was like, it's like, man, you so friendly and cool. I thought you was an asshole. I'm like, why? Because my social media. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, you need to show your personality more. I'm like, no, I don't. But I appreciate
Joe.
it.
That's Jovan all the way. You're speaking about him. That's all.
Yeah,
He's relating.
yeah,
I'm like, my cousin be telling me, he was like, you gotta get him more. You got this outgoing personality. Everybody fuck with you in real life on social media. He was so stand. I was like, I don't have to do nothing.
because
Like
social media.
that's what I learned. Like if it's a Kanye West out here, if it's it's personalities out here. You don't have to do shit. After I learned that, like that's the game changer right there. Is that you don't
Mhm.
have to do anything.
Anything.
It's when you start. Is when you have that in your head that everything that you do is on purpose.
Mm-hmm. No, 1,000%. 1,000%. And that's
I
why,
don't,
like
I don't
even
have no qualms about what I say because I said that shit in public. I can't take it back. I gotta stand on that shit.
exactly. No, I'm about to give
Too
you a
many
scenario.
different people heard it.
Hold
I'm about
on,
to give
hold
you a
on.
I'm about to give you a quick scenario though. Another thing too about us, people say, like, why you do that to that person? Because we never forget what people do to us. This dude did something to me like 3-4 months ago, and I know karma. It always come back around. So what he did to me, the opportunity came right back around. And I didn't be an asshole about it. I just winked at him and let him know like that was your payback right there. And but to other people, they might think I'm being an asshole. But I never forgot what he did to me 3-4 months ago. I'll wait and sit. I'll sit. I won't argue about it. We won't talk about it. I won't put you on blast. I'll just wait for the time to come. And when that time comes, it's
Are
gonna work
you
out perfect for me. I ain't even got to
fucking
set you up or nothing. It's gonna always work out. So that's
I
they think.
literally just said all that shit earlier today. Like, dude, me waiting for your fuck up is preventing my blessings. I'm gonna keep doing
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck I'm doing, bro.
And it's
You
gonna
gonna get
come.
yours. And the fucked up thing is, if it do come to me getting you back, it's still on what you said. I could wait. I could hold it. You call it holding a grudge. I call it remembering fuck shit so that shit don't
Mm,
happen again.
exactly.
Exactly.
Dude, I was supposed to have done this podcast a couple of times and I missed the opportunity. Yeah, dude, this this
Yeah.
So
that's
tell me something.
crazy.
What do you want to tell someone young? I ask all the artists that come on here, what are you gonna tell someone young that's feeling like they're getting defeated by this world?
It's funny because I've had this conversation twice. Once today and once yesterday. To two, one is a close friend. One is somebody I just recently got introduced to, and they were both going through the same thing. And it's like literally the one I was talking to yesterday. I told him just to hang on one more day for me. They hung on one more day. The weather was better today. They ran into a new money opportunity today. They kid was happier today. It was a lot of things better today than it was yesterday. Like they thought it was the end of their world yesterday. I said, just hang on one more day. Just if not for nobody else, just do it for me. Do me one favor before you say I'm done with everything. Just do me this last favor. Hang on one more day. And if you can, like, you can have 99 bad days, and I'm not even talking about bad games. I'm talking about car accidents, losing lovers, losing finances, not having sales in your product, not making the right song, or having bad days at work, whatever the case is. Just keep pushing through. Have real good intentions. Keep pushing through. On that 100 day, that 100 days is gonna be way worth more than any of those 99 days. So if I could say anything to anybody that's like having it rough, just hang on one more day. And when that next day comes, hang on another day. Just keep
Yeah.
hanging on one more day. I promise you. Like my life ain't perfect. My life ain't. I go through ups and downs. I'm gonna speak on it real in the near future. So it's coming, and people gonna hear it and hear the flaws and all that. But you gotta just hang on, and you gotta. And if you don't have, luckily I got a circle of people that like, because I'm so positive to my circle,
Yeah.
they dish it back to me when I need it. Again, I'm not always negative, but when I go through my moments, they there for me. Even if you don't have people out there for you, that's your circle. Like it's the internet.
Yeah.
You got Kevin Hart waking up every day talking about something positive online. You got Gary V.
Yeah,
You got all these personalities. You got
yeah.
the local guy up the street. Like just people just being positive. Like you don't even need a circle no more. Just like if you can rock out with yourself, log on, follow 100 positive people, you will have 100 positive people on your timeline.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
So, do you do any freestyle?
So I uploaded a freestyle recently. It
Because
was
I
on the
just tried to
Fireman
search
beat.
your stuff again and I can't do it. So, can you show me something?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I did that freestyle because I memorized it in my head, but I didn't write it down. Um, uh, Let me see what I can do. Let me see. Let me see. Um,
Because I tried searching again just now and it didn't come through. So,
it, all right. Let me see. Because when people say freestyle, like to me, freestyle is something that's written and a rapper remembered it and then they just rap it, right? But to true artists, they be wanting to hear it off the dome.
yeah,
That's where I'm like,
that's what I'm going at.
yeah, all right, cool. I'm trying to figure out how I want to start it. What's the first bar? Um, Picture me rolling in my E-class Benz, bumping Tupac because I ain't got no friends. I'm all tinted out, more commas on the lens. Um, More commas on the lens. Where do I? Where? It don't matter where I started. It's all a high end. Look, I really get it. I really did it. And if I had to say it, then I really lived it. I ain't got an image. Just really me. Some people say they pushing, but they ain't pushing P. They pushing plea. They pushing fleas. Get off of me, dog. You ain't barking with me. You ain't got this bite. You ain't got this height. I know I'm 5'7", but you ain't got this height.
Hmm.
I know I'm a nigga, but you ain't got this light. Getting high on the plane, baby. You ain't got this flight. I'm an MC, but this shit is not light. Unlikely. Niggas do not like me. Baby, I'm in the bay with a bay. We getting hypey. I never will call her wifey. She asked me, can you ice me? I said, look, love, you better ask, can you pipe me? And if you got a friend, I'm going to say, are you dyking? Off top with it. Should have took the hat off. No babies, no more. Keep the hat on, baby. I keep the Jimmy lock. I don't know. It's just literally whatever was coming to the dome. Look, I'd rather write some shit.
I ain't mad. Listen, when I asked you just to tell me what was coming to the dome, you're not talking about selling drugs. You're not talking about shooting up people. You're not talking about that shit that everybody else is talking about. So I ain't mad because I'm sick of hearing that shit. I don't like that shit. That shit does nothing but keep you grounded.
Keep you grounded. She's sick of hearing about the drugs and the plugs and all the money that you got under rugs. They say, dang, he cleaned up nice. He speaks well. Well, guess what? I done sold them. I don't discuss it because, like my guy Joe said, real G's move in silence. But like Jay said, there'll be violence when it's violent. There'll be violence when it's violence. Look, you know me. I'd rather be somewhere on the island. And if I got a tether on, I'm chilling on my island. Again, just something for fun.
Thank you. I ain't mad at you.
Just because you asked. And again, I'm the worst freestyler on earth.
That wasn't bad though. That wasn't bad.
I like how you took advantage of the fact that it ain't no beat because, like you said, true artists, and it put me in the mind frame of Cassidy and Freeway, and Freeway was begging for a beat because he knew if he put a beat on that he could rap over the beat, and that's more written shit. Like you said, people nowadays calling freestyles written. A real artist know that. That's
I respect it for real.
So being able to go off right now, that's what it is to me.
He froze for a second. He's about to come
Here we
back.
go.
All right, so I'm going to end this in a minute here, but I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you coming on. Hey, do me a favor, though. Come back on again soon.
Yeah, I'm with it. Look, I'm gonna be doing a few things. So as soon as I get those things in order, I'm gonna make sure we get on there. We make it we get more traction. And now I know I don't post the link. I just share what you post.
Yeah,
so that's my fault.
That's okay though, because a lot of people are waving. A lot of people are on you right now, waving and saying stuff in the private messages and everything. So
sweet, that's sweet. So I'll say this, like, just to kind of, I know you want to wrap it up, but if you, again, don't just go to my page for clothes, right? Again, I do music, and then not just only music, I write for artists too, and not just only write, collaborate. I manage. I'm in the mortgage industry. Like I train hundreds of people a week about the mortgage industry. So it's not like again, this is something, if we go back to like, what would I tell my younger self, 18, 19, 20? I tell my younger self, before rapping, go get you some money, right? Because rapping is expensive. It's an expensive investment that you may not never get your money back on. So any rappers out there, if you young, or even if you older, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, go find a way to get you some money, invest in it, or get you an investor, or get you a deal. However you want to do it, just get you some money behind you. Because it's not that you're not talented. It's just you don't have enough people hearing you. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. And I want to do business with you. I want to do business with you in a different aspect, though. I want to do business with the fact that your name's out there and how you're holding yourself. I love that you hold yourself in a higher standard. When you had asked me to redo the flyer, I wasn't mad at all because it's about how it represents you. And I want to represent you the right way because I like how you carry yourself.
I appreciate that. And in response, I asked you all what you could do. You said this is what I can do. This is what I can't do, and I respect it. Right. So we both respect each other. We came to a mutual agreement, and we moved. We locked in from there. So.
Yeah. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I want to talk about what we got coming up real quick before I wrap this up, though, because we got May 19th. Come on out, please, if you can. May 19th at Club 54. We got a lot of good artists out there. There's a lot of good artists that need managers. There's a lot of people that just want to be heard and they want someone to stand behind them and say, hey, I believe in you. I'm a PR for a lot of good artists. So come out to May 19th at Club 54. All the funds and whatnot are going to Everyone Eats. I want you a part of Everyone Eats. I really honestly do. I'm not talking be a part of Everyone Eats so that you can take your whole day up and miss what you got going on. I just want you a part of it because it's a good thing. It means something to the world. I want a lot of people a part of it because I want to give back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
And I want everybody to come together.
That's one of the big things I'm into as well. So that.
Yeah. And I think that taking a bath should not be a privilege. I think it should be a necessity. I think everybody should be entitled to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to provide bath houses. We're going to provide clothes, haircut, everything. And nothing's going to come nobody's pocket. It's all going to be free because I'm getting donations and because of I'm going to get people out there to donate and give away because I'm all about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I speak stuff to existence, it happens. So when I say it's going to be a big turnout and a lot of people are going to be there, it's going to be a big turnout and a lot of people are going to be there. Don't doubt it.
I believe you.
So I speak to the universe because I am a part of the universe. So I just want to say, everybody, I appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't have a reason to be here. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in and Joke for coming on, and I appreciate you. I have much respect for you. And from a person to a person, this world's kind of hard.
You still there?
Yeah, this world's kind of hard. So just you being true to who you are, I hold high. So I appreciate you. I think he froze now. But anyways, I want to tell everybody I thank you and I appreciate you. And may your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations, everybody. You are in control of your reality. What you want for tomorrow, to make it happen today.
All right.
I say, everybody. You can't hear me. I think it's your end. You hear it? No, it's your end. Did you mute it? Yeah. You're muted. I don't know. It's your end, though. It's his end.
He's just back in.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna I don't know. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming on. Much love and respect. Yeah. All right. He said thank you for tuning